Good afternoon, my Los Angelinos. It's your girl, Kimberly Jessica, reporting in live today from iHEART Radio, WKIFM Radio in Los Angeles.com. Now, I have runny mouth syndrome today, and I have talking fast syndrome today. So I'm going to repeat how I just said my WKIM-FM 61.1 in Los Angeles. It is a beautiful day outside, guys. I'm really happy about the weather. You know, a couple of weeks ago we were in a furnace, and yes, I'm talking about the weather because it is weather time. A couple of weeks ago it was a furnace, and then last week it got cold, and now this week we have an easier life in Los Angeles. I kid you not, I was outside getting my car washed yesterday, guys, and I literally got cold. It is currently 71 degrees outside. Precipitation is 0. Humidity is at 51%, and the wind is at 6 miles per hour. So we're doing pretty good with this weather thing, and it's starting to kind of feel like a Los Angeles, California Christmas and Thanksgiving coming up. So, you know, we're pretty, you know, we're cool at this point. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. We have a lot going on, a lot in the system, a lot of amazing interviews coming up. We have some great music coming up as well. And for those of you that have family that have experienced the tragedy in Sutherland, our hearts and minds are with you. So, you know, please just know that there are people that are out there that care about what's going on with you and are there with you in hearts, minds, and prayers. It's unbelievable. There's so much talk about right now with the whole gun situation, and it's unbelievable, you know, where it was literally a guy, an NRA guy, that stopped the atheist from shooting up the church even further than the people that he had already killed. So, you know, that's what's coming up in news for us today. We're really excited. Aside from that, again, you know, we have a 70-degree weather here in Los Angeles, and the AFM Festival just completed 8 days of huge information around movie, film budgeting, movie financing, distribution. The AFM is definitely the place to be if you are a filmmaker trying to make it in the in the movie business. I'm thinking music because we're going to be talking about music in a minute. If you're a filmmaker in the movie business that wants to get their, you know, there's films out there, there's shorts out there, they're animated or any animations, TV series, reality TV shows out there, or big budget movies, you really want to be at the AFM. That stands for American Music. I mean, look at me. I swear, I'm in the music mind today. American Movie Market. AFM, American Film Market. So, you know, like I said, I'm running from running mouth today. I have a lot going on. We have so much going on today. But American Film Market is definitely the place you want to be if you want to get your film, movie, TV series, animations, shorts, documentaries. Covers financing, it covers budgets, it covers film distribution, it covers sales agents that sells your films to overseas agents. It's the place that you want to go. Get as much education as you possibly can. Go to all of the film festivals and get your movie out there, guys. Now, today we're going to be interviewing an amazing young man. He is affluential in terms of the number of places that he writes for. He is the go-to guy whenever you have a music project that you want to be critiqued. He's a music critic. He is a social media journalist. He is a full blogger. He is the go-to guy. He's interviewed major people like Kenny G, and just the names go on and on. I won't even try to read about him because we're going to bring him on. We're excited to have him on our show. And without further ado, Landon Buford, are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
I am amazing, Landon. How's life for you up in the northern west area?
I'm actually traveling. I'm in Dallas at the moment.
Okay. So how's Dallas?
It's wet out here. It's wet and dry.
Oh my God, it's raining?
Yeah, it's raining out here.
Oh no! Okay, well, we're just excited to have you on iHEART Radio today. Welcome to WKIM FM Radio. Thank you for being with us today.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. We won't hold you too long. We know you're out there traveling, and we just want to get some questions to you because you're just rocking and rolling in this world. What made you decide to make social media journalism your career?
For me, I thought it was a need. Obviously, nowadays you're trying to figure out what's the need and what you can actually capitalize on as a niche. And I felt that with the internet boom, that we need to start telling stories via, obviously social media, platforms like Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature.
Wow. A lot of people don't know the difference, Landon, between what a social media journalist is and what a blogger. Can you clarify that for them?
So as far as a social media journalist and a blogger, in my opinion, bloggers, they'll, write, things that they see, which is they're also storytelling, but a lot of them don't check their facts like a normal journalist would. So like you actually reach out to, I guess you could say publicists or the people that they're actually trying to get the story from. More.
Got it. And so they write more of their personal opinions versus factual opinion.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, got it. So basically, a lot of times bloggers, depending on their followers, I think sometimes they just feel that they're bigger than the publicist and they don't need the publicist. At the end of the day, though, those publicists a lot of times have clients that the bloggers could use to legitimize their blog. And they probably just don't even understand the strategies around pitching. What are the strategies that you utilize when you're pitching an article, Landon?
So I try to research, say it's ESPN, right? If you're going to write it that way, think of, some of the things that they, research some of the things that they're interested in, so you're not actually bringing them content that doesn't make sense to their personality. You know what I mean? Just because it's say it's, I'll just use this person as a example. Say that you're using a sports athlete and you go to a publication that's not sports, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? So you would have to, in my opinion, basically do your research when it comes to some of these individuals that are actually blogging. Are posting on these platforms. See what they're, have already posted. See that, some of the things that they actually read their bio, because they'll actually sometimes tell you some of the things that they like, and it'd be easier for you to pitch them. And it's not 100%, but that helps a lot more than just going at it blind, I guess you could say.
Right. Now, you mentioned sports figures. You interview sports figures the same way you interview musicians or entertainers?
It depends on who it is. So if I know that it's highly regarded that the sports, say LeBron James, right? I would interview him as an athlete, and I would also interview him as a business and a brand. Since we know that he's ventured off into films, he's filmed, he's connected to beats, all the business pictures. So I would ask him about both. I mean, I know a lot of people ask him about the sport, sports side, but if I was to have maybe 20, 30 minutes with him in a room alone, I would ask him about his business aspirations, more or less.
Okay. Wow.
So try to bring it into a different round.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
When you're conducting the interviews, because I like the fact that I thought that you would have said you interviewed LeBron as a entertainer, but I love the fact that you basically said, that he's a business and a brand, and then you mentioned all the places that he is. So that's also a twist in a way that you can that I would have never thought to even do the interview, because I would have just interviewed him basically as a sports player and an entertainer. But, you know, he is a business, he is a brand, and I like the way that you really broke that down. So basically when you're conducting interviews, you know, what is the type of content that you're looking to present to your audience? So you have, you know, the business, the entertainment, and the branding, but what are other ways are you looking to present the, you know, interviews to your audience?
For me personally, I like to educate individuals, you know what I'm saying, from the content that I bring, you know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of these individuals don't have the opportunity to speak to some of these people like a Kenny G, a Damon John, or things of that nature. So I feel it's, you know, part of my duty to actually figure out questions that certain people, that people won't be able to ask them on a regular basis, right? You know what I mean? Like I said, with LeBron, a lot of people are always going to ask him about sports, which is fine, but we also know that there's another side to LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Or Denzel or whoever the public figure might be.
Right. It's very true. So when you name these people, what are some of the suggestions when you are denied an interview request? I mean, because a lot of times we as journalists, we're not able to always get the interviews that we want. What are some of the suggestions that when you're denied an interview, when you're denied an interview?
So, I mean, I'll research who they're around. So, like, I have, I recently interviewed one of the he was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Seahawks by the name of Kenny Easley, and I've been denied by a couple of current Seahawks, and I figured that how about I go a different route and get people that were either, you know, been a part of the organizations, friends of, you know, of that individual, to see if that would work, and then try to go back and repitch what I was trying to get across. So
wow, you're creative and strategic around it.
Yes. And I try to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I take at least maybe an hour or two to figure out where I want to go to with the actual interview, and then I also take maybe another hour or two of how I'm going to implement on how to, you know, possibly get in contact with this individual.
Got it. So when you're doing this, do you work alone or do you collaborate with others in the field of, you know, in that field to create the story, or how do you do that?
Sometimes I work alone. A lot of the time I'm obviously working with whoever their representatives are. So it's not a I guess you can say a single person or one man job. So it just depends on who the person is and who the contact is, I guess you could say.
Wow. So what are the suggestions for developing the network process in your field? I mean, because this is good stuff that you're sharing. A lot of people, you know, let me tell you something, people. A lot of people want to be in the shoes of a Landon Buford. He's young, he's smart, he's a go-getter, and he's basically in the world of Celebrityville and Sportsville. And so, you know, a lot of people wonder how they can get these interviews and how they can manage their social media journalism careers and monetize it. And this guy has done it. He's living it. And, you know, when you want to be in the world that we're in, you got to have these tips under your belt. This is stuff that you don't get in college, people. So, you know, what are your suggestions, Landon, for developing the networking process in your field?
Well, for me personally, like I said, I've sat down and actually, you know, researched online who these players are. You know what I'm saying? As far as the people that are around these individuals, social media makes it a little bit easier nowadays. But it's still you still have to go through, you know, the people around these individuals to get to the subject that you're trying to interview. So for me, I try to build a network by, you know, building relationships with, you know, some of the people that I've done work with, you know, in the past, and, you know, go from there pretty much.
Well, Landon, you are a world of information. You know what, Landon? You should just go ahead and get one of these, you know, get a conference call number and just create your own program and sell that program for $97 and just start selling the program to, kids on college careers, kids looking for careers on the internet, because you're giving some really great content and you should just monetize this content. I mean, this is, you can literally make some money off of this. I mean, I'm always looking for ways to monetize what I do, and this is it. You can literally do that. So I would do that because you have some amazing content. You have a way that you look at things with a creative and an analytical eye, which is very important. So you can definitely play that devil's advocate as well as be the encourager. But I could see you more playing devil's advocate and then educating on how to overcome the devil's advocate and how to be the best that they can in the online journalism and social media journalism career. So I want to thank you so much for being with us in FM Radio on iHeart Radio today. Tell us how we can get in touch with you, because I'm sure people might reach out and interview you.
So my Twitter is Landon Buford, at Landon Buford. That's LANDON BUFORD. You can also catch me on Instagram at Seatown Realist. That's SEATOWNREALIST, or you can reach me at LandonBuford.com.
Perfect. Landon, any last words for our listeners before we go break and go into a commercial?
I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Great. Well, Landon, thank you so much for being with us here on iHeart Radio today, and we wish you much, 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 much success in your endeavors as a social media journalist. You've done some amazing work I can attest to, and we're just happy to have you.
Thank you, Kim, and thank you for the opportunity again.
Oh, the joy, the pleasure is all ours. Take care, Landon. Have a great day, guys. We're going to break now and go into commercial and pay some bills, and we'll be back with a new hit from Ruth Featherstone. Your love is so good. So we're going to go ahead and break now. We'll talk to you guys in a minute. Going to go pay bills.